Do-do, ba-do, boop, boop.
Thrice, twice, once.
Sometime I wonder what comes out of my mouth.
Oddities. Stay strange. And then you listen back to it. Do you do the thing that I do and you like black out during recording and then when you listen back to it you're like, God, I don't even remember saying that?
Yeah, and then there's sometimes Michael walks in while I'm editing and he goes, "What are you doing?" Because I'm like either smiling like an idiot or laughing. And I'll be like, "I just don't remember Cassie and I being this ridiculous."
Yeah, I swear to God, I think I just black out when we're recording because I truly, every time I listen to one of these, I'm like, I don't even remember the conversation going that way.
What did we do then?
Like
What
what?
were we on?
It's always just a little bit of a surprise. Anyway, welcome back to Oddities, everybody. I'm Cassie,
I'm Kelly.
and welcome back to Strange Town. We are unhinged today because this is
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
da 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 da. This is the third thing we're recording in a row, so we're reaching that level. As per usual, all of our fun information is in the box below, social media, our website. If you'd like to donate to our show, check out our Patreon. You get a bonus episode every week for donations as low as $1. If you donate higher than that, we have several tiers, and there's other fun benefits that come with it. Um, we also have a merch store, so if you want to represent us out in public and let everybody know about your favorite frickin' podcast, please do so. Oh,
Yeah.
and please, a shout out to Kyle Head Music for our new fun intro.
And just because I want to say it now. Thanks, Chef.
Thanks, Chef. It is actually it's like an earworm. Like I've listened to that more times than I care to share, and it's
Yeah,
like a certified
it's
bop.
there. It's a bop.
You know what it vaguely reminds me of? And this is like very niche, but like, did you ever watch the show Gravity Falls?
Yes.
And you know how there's whispering at the end of the intro?
Yep.
That's what the whispering reminds me of, and I love it.
Yep. I see it. It's
Gravity
there.
Falls is the bomb. I love that show. Anyway, how's my torste?
I'm a little
What did you
delulu.
save? A little Delulu, me
So
too.
at this point, it'll be uh after my husband's birthday, and I'm pretty sure I took him out to a nice dinner. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Michael, and hope you had a great, nice dinner.
I know he wants to go back to that French restaurant, and we actually got a birthday coupon for it.
Hell
So
fucking yeah.
pretty sure I've taken him to the nice restaurant.
Oh my god, when this comes out, it's date night for us, and it's my turn to plan. We're going snow tubing.
Fun!
Yeah. Wow.
Yay!
Fun dates
Exciting!
for both of us.
Yeah, love that.
Oh,
Love
well, I
that
hope you
for
guys have a
us.
wonderful. Are you going to get snails again?
Yeah, actually, we talked about it. We've been craving them. Who fucking knew?
Behold, you love
I love that
snails.
for us. It's probably the garlic butter. Anyways,
It's 100% the garlic butter. I could sit and I could eat melted garlic butter with like a spoon, like it's
it's
soup.
so
Isn't that
good.
gross? I just
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. And at this point, I could share this. Our my beloved. I'm gonna say it like that.
My.
I'm good. My beloved brother-in-law has moved in with us, David. I love you dearly.
Hi,
Thank you
David.
for joining the family.
Does David listen to
Um,
this?
yes, they do.
Oh my god, thanks for listening. Hi, David.
So yeah, that's exciting. And I hope you're enjoying living with us.
Welcome to the dream.
Yeah, welcome to the dream team.
Fun.
Hope I'm not driving you crazy.
Yeah, you're doing okay.
The last time that they were here with us, just visiting at this point, they were watching the kids for me, and I was recording with you.
Oh my god.
And it was specifically the Patreon episode where,
Oh, I think I
where I
remember
had,
this.
and I thi- I was like losing it in
Mm.
here, and I walked out, and they were like, "You good?"
That is the question, though, always.
And I had to explain myself, and then I just proceeded to show them clips of our Patreon to understand like the chaos that
To
happens.
provide the
So
context, yeah.
yeah, so there's that.
I love
But
that.
yeah, so lots going on for me. Lots happening. But here we are. So
Well, that's fun. Welcome, David.
David, love that.
um, I was.
Yeah, how's my bestie?
I'm good. What was I gonna save to talk about? We're doing.
Thrifting.
Thank you. Yes. So this is our third.
Cake.
Thank you. Yes. My parents are out visiting right now when we're recording this. And we're celebrating my dad's birthday a little late because everything got pushed back from what we were originally planning on doing. So we surprised him with a cake from our local bakery that we love. But the same bakery that put the meth pig on Corey's birthday cake. I believe I talked about the meth pig. Anyway,
Yes, it's been talked about heavily.
so anyway, we didn't ask for a pig for my dad's because we were like, if we request balloons, that should surely be safe. And it
What if
was.
they were just deflated?
What if they're just like, what if they tried to do like balloon animals and it was just like a horror show again? But
Oh my
anyway,
god. Oh my god. That's it. Next time, ask for balloon animals, please.
yeah, okay, I will. I'll be like, yeah, we want balloons, but instead of your average run of the mill balloons, could you do us balloon animals? They're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Better yet, because I'm convinced I will visit you at some point, either this
You
year
have to. You
or
have to come see
early
the
next
house.
year. And I want cake from this amazing
Oh
place.
yeah.
Cause,
Oh yeah.
so can you just get me one slice and please ask them to put a balloon animal on it? Because to know at this point.
We'll test the balloon animal with some other
I
family
have to
for
just test it on me.
my mom's got a big birthday coming up in just a couple months.
There we go. Let's do that.
I think the balloon animal might be time to ask for it.
Oh, and it works because of mom's business.
Because of mom's business. Yeah, it's a big birthday for mom. We were talking about this last night, so it's very exciting. Um
I'm so happy.
anyway, the balloons turned out fine, but the cake we got was bomb ass. We requested chocolate cake with a cannoli filling,
Oh,
like cannoli filling, not like crunched
yeah.
up cannolis, yeah, and a mocha icing, and it was bomb
Oh,
fucking ass. You know what was a pleasant surprise? The cannoli filling had chocolate chips in it. Wasn't anticipating that, and I was like,
you did not share that on the Patreon.
I slipped my mind, but it was like amaze balls. So, shout out to Pennsylvania Bakery. Nice cake. Well done. You nailed it on the balloons. We'll see how you do with balloon animals. We'll see, bitch.
I'm excited.
So,
What if they listen to this?
God, I hope so. Not sponsored, but we could be. And the other thing is, so Corey's out of town this weekend visiting some friends back home. So, and since mom and dad are hanging out, we try to do something fun. We're going to go check out this little, it's not a thrift store, it's a consignment shop, but I'm calling it thrifting because we're going to go and we're going to try and find some cool shit for the house, like little doodads and dootsies and, whatever else.
I love that.
Right? I just think it'd be fun. It's been a really hard, last
Few weeks.
6 to 8 weeks. So I think we just
been
need a little
rough.
fun. It's been rough. We're going through it. So anyway, that's what I've saved for all of you. Consider yourselves blessed.
There you go. So here comes the new edition that I'm attempting here.
Yes. Let's do it.
Except I thought about a different one to share.
Oh, okay. You can share the
If I disappoint
inappropriate
you,
one.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. It doesn't
I know
matter.
that, but I might save it for another time.
Oh, wonderful.
I think I might keep that in the pocket.
Okay. All right. In the pocket. I like the
Okay.
Kelly's
So,
breakdancing.
at one point this week, my youngest coughed a suspicious cough.
And the Italian hands are out.
And I instantly got up and I started making pastini.
Pastina,
And
there it
I
is.
just texted Cassie that exactly what I just said, and
Yeah.
then ended it with, "You're rubbing off on me. I'm not mad." And she responded with, "There it is."
There it is.
And here's the thing, that text just radiated, "I am so proud."
I am. Italian penicillin. Did it help?
I think it did.
Hell yeah. Hell
Because,
yeah.
I feel fine. Michael feels fine. The oldest is fine. Now, the youngest barely ate any.
All right. And he's less fine.
Here's the thing. He still has a suspicious cough, but he's acting completely like himself. And
Wow.
nothing else has happened. So I would have to assume those few bites did something,
It's magic.
right? So I don't know what's going on. But any hoozles, it was delicious. The next day, I sent Cassie a photo of my soup because it was delicious.
It looked delicious.
There's my childhood.
There it is. Childhood in a photo, Italian penicillin.
And it was just, I felt really like, I don't know, it put me on like a really high pedestal, I'm not gonna lie.
You should be
Because
proud.
it was like, the fact that she was like, there's my childhood, I was like, high honors, I didn't fuck it up.
You crushed it. It's good with a little lemon juice in it sometimes too.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try
Just
that.
like
I
a
believe
little
it. You
bit.
know what? Michael topped it with some bacon, and he said it was just
I bet you
so
it fucking was. Bacon, topping anything with bacon automatically.
bacon, right? You can't fuck it up.
I made some bacon this week just like for funsies, so I had like it available to have with breakfast, and it was just like it
So you
made.
can't go wrong with bacon.
Oh, it just like made my whole week. I was like, look at this, because I don't really eat bacon too often, and I was like, look at this, just some bacon waiting for me. Delish, you know?
We gave the oldest bacon. Like, we gave them bacon this week, right?
Yeah.
And the oldest holds it and goes, "What animal is this?" And I'm like, am I gonna regret this?
You're like, uh-oh.
Because I didn't know if this was gonna,
It'd be upsetting.
yeah. And I was like, do I lie or do I tell you the truth? Well, here it goes. Pig. Oh, cool. Continues
It
to
just
eat.
ate it. Oh, cool.
It's like, because the oldest is the picky eater. So, or tends to be the picky eater. It seems like the youngest is now the picky eater. They switched places, but it's fine. Everything's fine. They're still eating
Everything's
bacon.
fine. It's fine. As long as they're eating bacon, we're fine. I
I
love
was
that.
like, okay, we're safe.
Excellent. Yeah, well,
So
the
anyways,
pastina looked on point. Well done,
it
you.
was delish.
My ancestors are proud. Honestly, I don't even really know what it is about pastina, because, I mean, the pastina itself,
Well,
I
it's
mean,
packed with garlic.
it's just like,
First off.
the pastina itself is just the little noodles. So, like, the nutritional value
Yeah.
of that is, like, whatever. It's all the other shit that you put in. It's the broth,
Yeah.
it's the vegetables, the garlic, all that. Also, on top of it, it's just, like, a really comforting dish.
Oh, it's so good.
It's
It
good
was
for the
so
soul.
good.
I'm glad you
It
enjoyed it.
was
I'm thrilled.
it was quite literally chicken soup for the soul. Anyways.
Yeah, but it's like Trey Italian chicken soupy, so we love it. God, you know what? Sometimes I listen to myself speak and I'm like, what the fuck do people perceive me as?
Amazing.
Like, I mean,
Phenomenal.
just that sentence that I just said, quote, it's like Italian chicken soupy, Trey good. And I think back to that, I'm like, why do I say these things?
There you go. There it is.
Anyway, just don't mind me and my coolness. Here's a fun thing. Like we hinted at last week, this is a part of the two-parter of
Yeah.
what Kelly's covering. So we're gonna let her go first this week, so it's like a direct pickup.
Yeah,
from
we're
where
not
we
going to
left
leave
off.
you waiting.
Yeah, fuck you guys. You already waited a week. Got to wait an episode more. No. So
So,
tell us. I'm excited.
if y'all remember, if you have been listening, a few weeks ago I covered ghost stories of the Antarctic.
Spooky.
If you remember in that, I spoke about a ghost ship.
Spooky. I do remember.
So I'm talking about another ghost ship, obviously.
Spooky. I'll stop.
And this actually this actually triggered the series that I'm talking about. I'm talking
Oh.
about Jenny the ghost ship.
Jenny?
Yes.
Who's
Jenny.
Jenny. Who's fucking naming these things? We had Harold last week, and we have Jenny.
Okay, I think Jenny's better than Harold, though.
Jenny's better than Harold. But is it Harold like Harold, or was it Harold like Hark the Herald, like Herald?
That one.
Oh, okay, it's less lame then. I thought it was Harold like Harold Potter. That's why it's not the only thing I could think of.
I don't know.
Oh, that's not even Harry
I
Potter's
have
full
no
name, is
idea.
it? Harold Potter. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Tell us
But
about Jenny.
so I was just gonna cover Jenny, and then I triggered some other thing. It triggered Octavius, so then Octavius had to go first. But anyways, we'll get to that
Octavius. Yes.
in a later moment. The ghost ship Jenny was allegedly an English ship that hailed from the Isle of Wight.
Of wit.
She Wit.
Wit. Okay.
She would come to be the subject of a legend that remains unproven to this day. So we're just going to start off by saying that,
Oh,
okay?
legends. Ooh. Okay.
The Jenny left its home port in the Isle of Wight and
Quit.
made a successful journey to the port of Callao, Peru.
Oh,
So now,
exotic.
remember I was talking about the North Seas?
I do.
Now we're down.
We're down. We're in the
We're
South
below.
Seas.
We're in the Arctic.
That's right.
Below
Okay. Okay.
Antarctic.
Little geography lesson.
The main port just outside of Lima.
Hmm.
With one half of their journey completed, the crew of the Jenny would have to sail their vessel through the treacherous waters of the Drake Passage once again.
Womp.
Fun fact, the Drake Passage is the roughest seas in the world. It's not the Northern Seas, bitches. It's not.
It's the Drake.
TikTok is lying to you. It's the
Listen,
Drake.
I'm on the Drake Passage TikTok too. I'm all over.
Are you? Because
yeah.
I'm not. I need to
I'm-
get on the Drake now.
You got the Drake Lake or the Drake Shake. There's two options with the Drake Passage.
Stop it.
Yeah. I
That's
see. I
not
know
what it's
these
called.
things now.
Stop it.
That's it. The Drake Shake is when it's a nightmare, and the
Okay.
Drake Lake is when it's less nightmarish.
The Drake Passage is the roughest seas known in the world. This is largely due to the fact that the Pacific and the Atlantic and the Southern Oceans all covered into this one passage.
Hmm. And so it's a shit show.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
With no landmass to create resistance.
Oops.
And the winds can reach incredible speeds. All of this adds to rocky waters that, yeah,
That aren't great.
As you said, a shit show.
It's like 100% not a great time.
Yeah.
Okay.
The story goes, little to nothing is known about the Jenny.
Jedi. Same.
So, and her crew, and what they endured.
Oh.
Countless versions of their story have been published, and speculations and stories, because that's what happens with sailors, right? Legends and stories and
Listen, you're out on a boat.
Telephone.
Yeah, there's not much going on.
A game of message in a bottle.
Oh, Masagi in a bottle.
Yes.
Seriously, what is wrong with me? Why do I do things like that?
Again, we're on our third episode, guys.
All right. Okay.
That's what's going on. From Peru, she traveled back through the passage, but she never made it back.
Oh no,
She was
Jenny.
gone forever.
Okay.
Right? September 22nd, 1839.
I remember it well. Oh, what a night!
Captain Brighton of the whaling ship The Hope.
Okay. 4 out of 10.
Cassie hates all of these.
4 out of 10.
Entered into his logbook the sighting of a whale when their chase drew them close to an ice barrier. They lost sight of the whale in effort to find safety of the calm seas. Brighton and his crew found themselves in the middle of a chain of icebergs.
Oh.
Around 9 in the evening, a storm was upon them. Despite the situation, Brighton was more annoyed than afraid. Same.
I love that.
Same. Since they had chanced into a basin of calm waters, he alerted his crew to remain awake so that they might catch a favorable midnight breeze and navigate out of the basin. If they didn't turn back, they would have risked becoming stuck in the ice for an entire winter.
Oh no.
Right? As midnight hit, they brought with them a flurry of snow and treacherous cracks that left the crew that filled with dread. Brighton knew the sounds was indication that the icebergs surrounding them were breaking apart, and his fears were confirmed. Right? So, they thought they were stuck.
So the shit hit the fan. Yeah.
Escaping the basin proved to be impossible, as did finding a safe place to pass the rest of the night. Anxiety persisted amongst the crew, but they managed to stay afloat. Morning light brought a calm over the crew as they saw the ship had taken no significant damage.
Wow.
An astonished crew noticed mountainous bergs that had been close to them the day before. They had shattered around them, and the icy waters surrounding them bore resemblance to desert abyss.
Topography. Okay.
Yeah. Around midday, a sailor at the watch and the masthead cried out that he had spotted a ship at sea.
Ah.
Persistent icebergs blocked Brighton's line of sight for the time, but when the hull came to, he stood at hast. The sails faced strange directions. The ship's rigs were holy and miserable. They watched as the vessel sailed feebly under the horrible wind.
Oh.
And they came upon the ship. Right? So, they came across the ship. They realized it's the Jenny.
It's a Jedi!
Right? So, they come across the Jenny and they see crew members allegedly they see crew members on the ship.
Okay.
And they're calling out to the crew members.
Okay.
And it looked like they're working on board.
Oh. So the crew members appeared alive. Okay.
And then as they got closer, they realized they were dead and frozen solid in place.
Again.
As if caught in some freak ice storm and flash frozen.
What is happening to these sailors?
The bodies appeared to have been frozen recently and in very good condition.
Oh.
But so here's the difference. They were out in the open. They were not in the cabin.
Yes, this
They
is
were
more
on deck.
believable to me. But again, the
Okay.
whole Jesus.
Flash.
Flash freeze. Go on without me. Just leave me. Carry on. Go on.
The Hope's crew boarded the weathered ship and discovered it to be the Jenny officially. They called out to the men on deck, but there was no reply, obviously, and then realized that, again, they were frozen. They went into the captain's... They ventured into below deck into the captain's
Lair.
lair. Oh, God, what is that word?
I don't know.
Down.
Captain's cabin.
Cabin, thank you.
I like lair
Where
better.
he is very similar to the Octavius, was writing,
Oh.
but frozen in place. This one actually has what was written. May 4th, 1823. No food for 71 days. I'm the only one left alive.
How does one last for 71 days without any food?
That's what I'm confused on.
Okay. I mean, I know you can go.
I do not
sometime.
believe that.
No,
you can go sometime without food, but so you
That's
had
like-
water?
That's like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the ship's log was accurate, it meant that the Ginny and her crew had expired in these freezing cold waters nearly 20 years prior while still looking to be alive at a glance. The logbook stated that the Jenny left her home port in the Isle of Wight in 1822. The last port she visited was Callao, Peru. Captain Brighton took the logbook, intending to return it to the ship's owners back in the UK upon their return. Captain Brighton continued searching below deck, and upon reaching the captain's quarters, he found another sorry sight. Lying in a bed, cradling their pet dog, was the captain's wife, both frozen solid.
Oh.
So very similar to the
The other one.
captain's
Yeah.
wife and
And
child
child.
of the Octavius.
Yeah.
See the parallels
I
there?
do see the parallels. Very interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
are you theorizing that the Octavius and the Gene are in fact one and the same, but in different areas of the world?
Yeah.
I mean I believe it.
Sadly, some say the crew of the Hope gave the bodies proper burial at sea, throwing them overboard and saying some prayers over them. Others
Oh
say the crew
bye.
were, yeah, some others say the crew was too disturbed by what they had found and left the bodies just as they were, frozen in place for eternity. The ghost ship Jenny may still be haunting the waters of the Antarctic to this day. I find that hard to believe. If it's like floating, I think it's probably sunken at this point.
Probably if it was real to begin with.
Well, and if it was real to begin with, if it was still floating to this day, I guarantee you it has been seen at this point.
It has been seen, it has been recovered, and it has been studied at this point. Like,
Obviously.
yeah.
Um, there are several theories. A sudden intense ice storm caused the ship's crew to be frozen solid on the deck,
Okay.
right? The captain, his wife, the dog may have been spared as they were inside the ship at the time and then slowly starved to death and then froze.
And then froze. Okay.
Except the captain being frozen.
Again, in
Again,
the
writing.
yeah,
That's
unlikely.
another theory. I like this theory. Something paranormal happened to the crew.
There it is. There it is. All right. What? Let's hit it.
Causing them to disappear from our reality for 20 years and then appear back into the area of the ocean that they were not prepared to be in.
So, oh, they just got like transplanted through time and space. Surprise. Well, that would be unfortunate, but I do like that.
I read that and I was like, I dig it. It's going
Yeah,
in.
here for it. That's it. That's the one.
And then, again, love this theory too. Had to put it in because love it. Love it. Aliens.
Okay. Well, let's hear that.
Because people say there are aliens in the Antarctica. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
maybe it's all connected.
Maybe. Did they just like ice beam them? Pew, pew. I love that. Do you think so? Do you think that these ships? I guess my question is: do you think this is
The
essential?
most popular thing is that they are so similar.
Mm,
They're, I mean, come on.
yeah, they are. They're basically
That
blueprints of one another with
they're
small.
they're almost carbon copies.
Yeah.
I don't know how many crew members were on the Jenny though. I would like to know if it was 28.
Was it
'Cause if
28?
28,
Yeah.
then I'd be like they're the
That's
same.
it. There it is.
Except
Yep.
different
But right,
north and south.
right.
That's the difference. I am more likely to believe in the Jenny than I am in the Octavius, though, for some
Okay.
reason, just because of the very
I think the
treacherous
conditions.
waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the conditions and the treacherous waters. I find both of them very interesting, but I find both of them legends. I need more solid facts.
Yeah, I think there's the potential that there is one singular route for this story based on something historical.
Yeah.
And then these have just come out of that. And I think that's really what a big backbone of our show is overall when we covered legends, cryptids, whatever, what have you.
Yeah. I think I would even believe this if the ship logs were, I don't know, in a museum.
Yes, that would be good.
You know, and that's even stretching it because those could be totally forged.
Somebody
and,
could have made it up. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it could be completely like really stretched, but I don't know. I'd be more likely to believe them, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's still cool. Ghost ships. I am so fascinated with ghost ships.
Ghost
Obviously.
ships are cool.
I thought when I was reading about the Jenny and then the parallel of Jenny on Octavius came up, I was like, wait, what's the Octavius?
You're like, hold on.
And then that opened up doors, and I was like, okay, well, we're gonna do Octavius first, and then we're gonna bring in the Jenny. So
Well
Here
done.
we
This
are.
was a fun little like mini
Little
series.
series. I like
Well,
doing little mini series, obviously. I think I've
yeah.
done it a few times
You
here.
did
So,
Hawaii. You did now
yep.
the ghost ships. Yeah. Well done, Bessie.
Thank y'all.
That was fun. Mine's not remotely related to this shit.
Okay. Give it to me.
This is from listener Autumn. Thank you, listener Autumn.
Thank you, Autumn.
We appreciate it. I'm talking about the Bunnyman Bridge.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's do it.
So the Bunnyman Bridge. There are, as with most stories of this nature, multiple renditions. One being that at the stroke of midnight on Halloween, a killer in a white rabbit suit awaits.
Oh,
This is in
hell yeah.
Virginia, by the way. Good old Virginia. In a white rabbit suit, they will await. Lore has it, if you speak his name 3 times, he will appear. And
Oh,
by his
like
name,
Bloody
I mean,
Mary.
yeah, it's giving Bloody Mary, but it's Bunnyman, Bunnyman,
Bunny
Bunnyman.
Man, Bunny Man.
And if you do, as such, don't expect to survive because he'll slash your throat and leave your body dangling from the bridge.
That's a little much.
Escalated quickly, didn't it? Another version of this is okay, we have the spirit of a. Hold on a second. So, we have the spirit of an escaped mental patient haunting a railroad bridge. He escaped hell bent on avenging the murders of his wife and child, who were supposedly slain nearby. He lives in the woods near the bridge. He killed and ate a bunch of rabbits and then decided to wear their skins and leave their mutilated bodies hanging in the trees. And one Halloween night, taunted by some town children, he killed and mutilated them too, hanging their corpses from trees around the bridge.
That is a lot.
I think we're taking it far with our reactions to things. The another spin on kind of the same theme here is he's the ghost of an escapee of a long closed nearby asylum. He's dressed in a rabbit suit and he throws axes or chainsaws or hatchets at the cars of young couples who park by the bridge late at night to, I think, probably get it on with the onski. Do this
What is with killers not liking people necking?
hooking up, doing the sinner's tango, the beast with two
The
backs.
Sinner's Tango?
That's right.
You're on it today.
Getting it on with the onski, boinking, you know, wild monkey
Boinking.
dance,
Boinking.
getting freaky with
Yeah.
it. I could keep going. So,
Yep.
you know,
I love it.
the sinner's tango happens to be my favorite though. Anyway,
I dig it.
as we can see, there are plenty of versions of the Bunnyman Bridge legend, all equally eerie, and it makes this one-lane tunnel on Colchester Road, we're in Virginia, such a popular spot that police will stake it out every Halloween night, chasing off trespassers looking for like a scare, right? So the Bunnyman Bridge was actually featured in the Fox documentary Scariest Places on Earth, and it is mentioned in like innumerable times on the internet. The tale arguably brings commerce to the town of Clifton, tucked away in the woods between Manassas and Fairfax Station. Pre-pandemic, thousands would come to thrill at the Clifton Haunted Trail, which on its website they actually feature like an illustration of the Bunnyman. But I guess the question becomes, okay, what's the truth behind this lore? There's an historian archivist for Fairfax Public Library. His name is Brian Conley. And he heard about the Bunnyman basically all his life. He's like a local. And when he returned from college to work in the library system, the haunting tale seemed to basically follow him. And after several patrons asked him, like, hey, what's the deal behind this shit? He decided, okay, I'm going to find out, bitch. So first, he delves into like the Fairfax County Police records. He looks for reports of old and quite sensational murders. And he even wrote about it in a published paper in December of 2008 called The Bunnyman Unmasked, The Real-Life Origins of an Urban Legend. So he found one that might help account for some of the Bunnyman's background. And it happened in February of 1949, and it made headlines for months. It was the gruesome slayings of a mother and her 8-month-old baby, little baby girl. The two were found in a shallow grave in Fairfax after disappearing during a car ride with the husband. And so police found the victims in a shallow grave. The woman had been beaten and shot. The baby girl was buried alive. Should have done a trigger warning on this. totally slipped my mind. Anywho, the husband and father, he was eventually arrested and convicted and was sent to a mental institution. Next, Brian Conley, the librarian, searched for any evidence of a man dressed in like a rabbit costume, just like
Mm-hmm.
terrorizing people in the region. According to his paper, he found a gem in the Washington Post, October 22nd, 1970. The headline read, Man in Bunny Suit Sought in Fairfax. The story details the harrowing experience of an Air Force cadet who went, quote, parking, hooking up, doing the sinner's tango,
Yep.
the beast with two backs, making babies, with a girl on Guinea Road in Fairfax. The military man told of this dude in a white suit, quote, with long bunny ears. This is so bizarre. Throwing a hatchet through the car's windshield and then, quote, skipping off into the night.
Dear Lord.
I swear to God, I would
Skipping off into the night.
skipping that
Dear.
just tosses the hatchet and
Do
skips
do do
off.
do do
Like,
do 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 do
I
do.
mean, it does. I will give the guy credit. Like, it fits with the theme of wearing a bunny costume. Like, that's bunny
Yeah.
energy. We're frolicking off into the night, but you know. Anyway,
All that's in my head now is I'm gonna do the hip hop,
a
hip 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 hip
hip
hip
hop
hip
hop.
hip hip. Yeah.
The bunny man makes another appearance, according to the Post, on October 30th of 1970. What was going on in the 70s, by the way? I'm not surprised. Like, this is
Drugs.
so, like, yeah. Anyway, exactly. Neighbors on Guinea Road reported seeing a man in a bunny suit hacking away at a house under construction with a hatchet. And confronted by a security guard, the, quote, bunny ran off. So this guy was just, like, standing there beating the shit out of this house that was being built. Like, fuck this house. And just, like,
Yeah.
hatcheting at it. Anyway, police investigated and never found any evidence of a bunny man in the area. And after a few weeks, the case was filed away, basically, like forever. So, who the bunny man was and what motivated him to act in like this really bizarre manner is a mystery. But the available evidence points to the like October 1970 events as the genesis of this bunny man legend. And that's like one interpretation of the story. And I guess we can thank Brian Conley for his research because it covers like some truth in a story that's become part of the area's folklore.
Yeah.
And it's spookala bookala.
It's really spookalabook.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy girl.
That's crazy. I just like when I hear something as deranged as this, I'm like, oh, it's just got to be like some shit that some teenagers made up. But then, like, all of a sudden, now this guy's like, surprise, there's actually like a bit of truth to this.
Yeah.
That scares me.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the bunny man.
The bunny man.
Yeah, there he is. Tell me though, if you were to be as deranged as this individual, would you dress up as a bunny? Would that really be your animal of choice?
No. God, I would get hot and sweaty.
Okay, right? Like, cause like, although I gotta be real, when you look back at like the history of Easter bunny costumes, if you've ever done that, there's some
Oh, they're
fucking
terrifying. They're horrifying.
nightmares. Yeah. So, I mean,
They are something of nightmares. You're not.
yeah, they're not great. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the bunny man.
That was
I mean, I believe it.
fantastic.
Thank you. I believe it. I mean, there is historical shit that
Yeah.
points to it. I just like kind of really hard for me to wrap my like brain around this.
Yeah. Oof.
I know. So, anyway, that's the bunny man. Thank you again, listener Autumn. That was a
Autumn.
fun one. And I don't even know what to ask our friends. What do you guys think about the ghost ships? Are you on
Are
board
they
with
the
us?
same?
Are they one and the same from some sort of historical thing and the story's just kind of morphed over time? And I mean the bunny man was real, so I can't even tell you who I think it is because it's just there's no we don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So watch out for the bunny man. I mean if you really want to test your luck, you can go visit the bridge and say it, but I don't know that I would now that I know that this was like a
I don't
thing.
really. Some things I don't want to test.
Yeah, yeah, I think that
I'll
one's
touch
that's
some shit, but I'm not gonna test some shit.
okay, same. And oh my god. And until next time,
Stay strange.